spoilers and offensive content to come.
We are Carlos and Dave Anime. We are the best anime review reaction show on the internet. And today we are going to be watching episode 4 of Blood Blockade Battlefront and Beyond, aka Blood Blockade Battlefront Season 2, aka Kekai Sensen and Beyond. I find it really weird that the and Beyond just kind of ended up lining up with the English title so well.
Mm-hmm.
bbb&b.
Let's jump right in and see what they're going to do to the group this time.
Well, we know from the preview that this is going to be a more Chain Sumeragi focused episode. Hey, I think I said at some point that White was an anime-only character and that Black was in the manga. I was wrong about that. So little errata. Black's an anime-only character too. So I hope that because they were anime-only characters in an anime-only arc, that we're not regressing Leo a bit, having that big victory over the King of Despair. After last episode, seeing him get so beat down by people that really should be more than a match for, I wonder about that a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that was a whole anime-only arc.
Yeah, I was reading up on it, and I was reading up on it, that's about it.
Oh,
I've never actually read the manga yet. I don't know if I want to or if I will.
Okay, well, let's find out what happens in the anime.
This always confused me about Chain being a werewolf. Because I never saw her turn into a fucking werewolf. I've been wondering that since the beginning, and I found out why. The werewolves, the species werewolf in this, they're not traditional werewolves. They are werewolves in the invisible metaphorical sense. They're actually based, apparently, off of the game Mafia, which we played a variant of with our buddies the other day, called Werewolf. The idea is that they're supposed to be the invisible force. The reason that Chain can reach through people and grab their hearts and become lighter than air is because she can fade in and out of existence like the invisible werewolf. She has to be careful, apparently, not to fade out too much, or not only will she vanish, nobody will remember her.
Gotcha.
So she's kind of like Shadowcat on crack cocaine. To keep themselves tethered to reality, they focus on one important thing in reality. Yeah.
So out of the 5 that are going, 4 are dead?
I have no idea. All I know is that Chain seems to have a thing for Steven, and that makes me sad, because I ship Chain with Leonardo. I will say this about Steven, though. His name is Stephen A. Starface. If you take the A out, his name becomes amazing. Say it without the A. Say it out loud. Say it out loud. No, Dave, say it. I need you to. Say Stephen Starface. Go fuck yourself. Silly hypothetical question. If Chain dilutes herself to the point of non-existence, can Leonardo still see her?
I'm betting yes. I mean, his is the all-seeing eye, so it wouldn't even affect him because he sees everything.
Which means he would see a Bleach character if they were in their invisible,
absolutely,
fucking Shinigami form.
Yep. So, was it him being there, or was it the embarrassment from how she keeps her apartment to keep him from seeing it that brought her back?
What I think is it's the idea that her crush and love of her life realized it, and walked into her apartment. That brought her back.
Fair enough.
So since it brought her back, she was in the middle of tidying up to make sure that he didn't see the sloven way in which she lives.
Okay, I will accept that. It's similar to what I was thinking.
I like Chain. I still ship her with Leonardo, though. Because I envision in my head a scenario like, she has to dilute herself too far to beat whatever final villain, and it's Leonardo who can bring her back.
I'm still going with the anime-only White. Still being around.
White is dead!
White's not technically dead.
White's the barrier.
White's the barrier, which means that she still exists, and why can't the barrier have a physical form outside of the barrier? Really. This is Hell Salem's Law. We've seen weirder.
Yeah, I went to Chainonardo. That's my ship name. I haven't seen this online, so I'm assuming I'm the only person who ships it.
Yep. Would not surprise me in the least.
I enjoyed this episode. I like Chain, so having a Chain-centric episode where we get a showcase of her powers and a little bit more of the other organizations Libra willingly works with. That's always neat to see an enemy that they have to fight by slipping in and out of the cusp of reality, of the brinks of your subconscious. That's kind of cool. It was animated super beautifully, too.
I was wrong about 4 of them dying, but 4 of them were defeated pretty damn quick.
Yeah, Chain is easily the MVP of the werewolves.
Yeah. You don't need to lose people every episode kind of thing. I'm glad the show doesn't fall into that category.
Yeah, I'm glad that other than extras and nobodies, death is at a minimum.
Yeah.
Now, if we count just collateral damage, a lot of death happens in Blood Blockade Battlefront.
Just a little bit.
Just a touch.
Blocks and blocks of people.
The blocks, perhaps that is the blood battle blockade of the battlefronting.
So yeah, no, this was a great episode. I do like Chain. She is a cutie when she smiles.
That is the sweetest and creepiest possible thing you could have said about her. As a creep myself, well done, sir.
I love the fact of how she actually fights, and the fact they finally explain some of it. That is nice. And it makes her really super powerful when you think about it.
If you think about it, Chain is an extraordinarily difficult opponent to match. Like, in order to fight her, you would need to have a power that can spot her regardless of her deluding and can somehow mess her up. Leonardo could fuck up her vision and probably win right like that, but that's still a weird fringe case. Like, I don't see too many other people. Klaus probably has a blood battle technique specifically for fighting werewolves. It's probably, it has a number and an elaborate name. And obviously, if you can just ambush her when she's fully corporeal, you can kill her, right?
Yes.
If she's fully corporeal and you blow her brains out, she's dead. So...
And she's not any more effective than the rest of them against vampires, which makes vamps even more impressive.
Dragon Ball Gods of Destruction could just erase her. Because when they erase an entity, they can erase all trace of it, even if it's a ghost. So Beerus would erase her in a second. Or he could just obliterate the planet she's on, but...
Yeah.
It's a fun power to think about. And yeah, Chain is definitely extraordinarily formidable because of it. Like Shadow Cat on crack, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. No werewolfing, though.
No, transforming, which is still a neat way to look at. Everybody's been waiting for her to transform, but there will be no transformations.
I mean, in a way, she's always transforming, so... As powerful as Leonardo is, I still wish he had I-beams of some kind. Not to make him like Cyclops. Fuck Cyclops, but just to... You know, it's funny how much I've... When I was younger, I used to like Cyclops because I remember him from the Fox Kids show, and I still like that iteration of him, but as I grew older, I started to realize, fuck Cyclops.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I want Leo to have I-beams.
So maybe an actual full Leo episode.
Hey, he was pretty important in this one.
Oh, that's just it. He's still a protagonist, but he's been used as a secondary character a lot.
I'd still argue he's still the protagonist because he's always, even when an episode is not about him, he's always like, almost always a secondary character in the episode anyway. And the show is still framed as his experiences being in this strange city, having only recently received strange powers himself, right?
Oh yeah, no, I get it. I do. And I like the show, I like all the characters, and I like that Leo's not losing importance. That would suck if all of a sudden he started to become a complete secondary character to everything else going on. But frankly, the combat butler is smart by not taking a full-time position with them.
I hope he does. He's very handsome.
Sure, but he'd be insane too. He just had a small taste of what they go through on a very frequent basis. I love how that car is even better than the Batmobile.
Oh yeah.
Like that car is awesome.
It's an amazing fucking car, holy shit. And we now know that Gilbert's a regenerator, so... Any more thoughts?
No, I'm good.
We are not a secret society that protects the night. We are a secret society that is not a secret at all. We are Carlos and Dave Anime Rave. And you can find our secret headquarters at animerave.xyz, We are, in fact, the best anime review and reaction show on the entire internet in this or any other reality. And anyone who says otherwise, well, they're entitled to their own opinion. I don't have an issue with that. It's fine.
Tune in next time.